make Grandma Josie stuffing. These are the ingredients. We got some croutons, we got some cornbread, we got some chopped up turkey breast, we got celery, about 3 sticks, 2 bushels or bunches or what do you call it? Green onions, and 1 bell pepper, green bell pepper, by the way. I got a small can of chopped olives, and I diced up a little bit more, but that's what we need. We got some turkey broth and a little bit of sugar. All right, so what I'm gonna do is make the stock for Grandma Josie's stuffing. I don't know where she got the recipe, but it's delicious. I picked the thighs because they have a bone in there and some skin, and hopefully she'd make a good broth. Just drop it in some boiling water. Wash my hands real quick. Then I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of chicken bouillon to the water. Some garlic powder. Season as much as you like. I don't really measure it. Some onion powder. Again, this is just a base for a broth. Add some black pepper. Black pepper. I like a black pepper. I like it with salt. Not a lot of salt because you already got the chicken bouillon in there, so you just need a little bit. And that's the stock base right there. You're gonna go ahead and let that boil till the turkey is done, and then let it cool, and you're gonna add that to the stuffing mixture. Okay, now that all the seasoning is in the pot, go ahead and give it a little stir. Then reduce it down to a very low simmer. And it should take maybe an hour or 2 for this to get cooked and break down, and it'll be delicious. What I'm gonna do next is saute the celery, bell pepper, and onions in some butter. Season it up a little, give it a little salt, a little pepper, and then we're gonna add this all into this large bowl and start mixing things up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this baby on. We got a 1/2 cup of butter, 1 cube of butter in here. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just melting the butter in the pan here so we can get it ready for the green mix. Once that's melted, we'll add the celery, bell pepper, and green onions. Hurry up. Okay, now that butter's all melted, we can go ahead and add the green mix in. I wash my hands. Go ahead. You don't want this to cook too long because it's going to be in the stuffing, and the stuffing's got to bake for a little bit. So you just want to get it broken down just a little bit. I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this. Just to give it a little extra punch. Not a whole lot. We just, say hi. How you doing? Forget about it. Hey, how are you? You know what? I'm going to throw in a little bit of garlic. Okay, that's a lot of garlic. Never mind. Stir that around. You don't want it translucent or nothing. You just want it to be, just enough to get it a little moist. Covered in the butter, sauteed, all that goodness in each bite. That should be good. On to our next step. Okay, now that this has been sauteed and we've got it ready, we're going to start combining everything. And I'm going to have to bring out Bob. And Bob stands for a big old bowl. So we're going to take 9x13 cornbread. If you don't know how to make cornbread, you just add water. It's a Marie Callender's thing. Get 2 of those packets, add the water, bake it for like an hour or 45 minutes. So I just want to dump that in there. I'm going to go ahead and break it down a little bit. A lot, because this is stuffing. It's not cornbread meal. So we got the cornbread. We're breaking it down. I'm going to add the croutons. And then I'm going to add the chicken. Then I'll add the croutons. And then I'm going to add some of that chicken and the sauteed greens that we have. The bell pepper, the onion, the celery. And then I also have that broth there, and we're going to kind of mix it as we go. A little at a time, because you don't want the stuffing to be mushy and you don't want it to be dry. So you wanted that in between. So it's okay if it's kind of a large chunks of the cornbread in there. You know, it's okay. We'll work with it. So when my grandma made this, there was a company called Rainbow Bread, and they used to have the croutons, and they had a spice mix in it. Well, they stopped making it. So the store that I got this actually had the croutons, and it came with the exact spice mix that the Rainbow Bread used to have. So we're going to add 1 bag of the croutons. And we're gonna add, let's go ahead and add this greens mix. You know what? I'm not left-handed. Ha! Fooled you guys. Thought I was good, huh? Alright. Come and get it. Alright. Make sure you wash your hands when you get ready to do this. You want to spread that out a bit. Now the next thing you want to add is 1 cube of melted butter. It's just going to give it some more goodness in there. Now we'll go ahead and add some chopped up turkey breasts that I had. You can use turkey thighs, some wings, whatever you want. You know, my grandmother used to use the neck bone and some of the gizzards, but yeah, no, I wasn't a fan. So I kind of adjusted a little bit. You didn't see that. So I'm going to add a little bit of the broth here, of the turkey broth, and that's just with the, you know, you don't want too much in there, because we're gonna measure this as it goes. So you got to do a little taste test. This is a lot of work, actually, and you need a big bowl like this if you're going to make it with this portion size. Oh, whoops, I forgot the olives. It's all right, can't forget the olives. You know, the olives just kind of give it a little different look to it, a little color to it. So I'm going to add some more broth to this, and then I'm going to start seasoning this up. Yeah, it's getting close. The other thing is, you don't want to fill the croutons. Yeah, you know how the croutons are really tough. You just want enough to get these moist enough to, they're not soggy, they don't turn into dough or mush, but they're just, you know, kind of soft in there. So this is looking pretty good so far. I may not need 2 of these jars of turkey broth, but you know what? It'll be good for some gravy, you know, the leftover broth. Yeah, this is looking really good. All right, I'm gonna add just a titch more. I said titch. So now that I added a little bit more, it's kind of gotten that consistency that I'm looking for, to where it's sticky, not mushy. Looking really good here. So now I'm gonna add the seasoning. There's 2 packets of seasoning. And basically what the seasoning is thyme, sage, and black pepper. And if I feel like, you don't have enough, it's kind of mild, we're gonna go ahead and add some more sage and black pepper and maybe some salt in there. But the butter has salt in it already, so you may not even need it. So the salt, that is. But the 2 packets, man, this is looking really good. I'm hungry. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. You know what? This is the first time I've made it with turkey breast, and this is looking pretty tasty. I gotta say myself. That other bag of croutons, I don't think I'm gonna need them. So now that that's kind of mixed in a little bit, I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the broth, just because it started to dry out a little bit. That's why you don't want to pour the whole jar in at first. You want to just kind of, as you go, it kind of like make sure you don't make it too wet and soggy, because then it just turns into paste, and you don't want to eat paste. Well, maybe if you're a little kid in preschool. I get it. Yeah, this is looking good. So I'm gonna do a little taste test. See if this is I'm thinking. A secret ingredient is a little bit of sugar, because it gives it that sweet and a savory taste to it. If you think about it, you have a little sweetness to the stuffing, and it meshes well, blends well with the turkey. So you take a bite of that, and you take a bite of the stuffing. Oh yeah, that's how my grandma likes to make it, huh? She wasn't even Italian. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more, because I'm starting to get the dry stuff at the bottom. So just kind of as you go. Yeah. Okay, once this is done, I'm kind of satisfied with the texture. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in a aluminum foil pan, and you're gonna bake it at 375 for about 20 minutes. We're gonna top it with some more butter, and just kind of go from there, and just wait for the turkey to be done, and slap it on your plate and say thank you, Jesus, for all the Thanksgiving food. Okay, I think it's time for another taste test. Let's see here. Yep, that's... Oh, that sugar. Alright. What I'm gonna do... Hold please. Okay, what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of salt. Just kind of wake things up a little bit. And I think I want to add... We could all use more thyme. Just a bit. You don't want too much, because then it starts to look green. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more pepper. Alright. Let's try this again. We're gonna mix it around. I think that's it, it's looking good. I don't know if you can see this. Smell it, taste it, but man, it's good. Alright. Yeah. See how it kind of clumps apart? It's not all one big masa ball. If you don't know what a masa ball is, I don't know what's the matter with you. I don't know where this Italian thing is coming from, but hey, forget about it, okay? Alright. That... Ooh. that is close. I think we're gonna need a little bit more seasoning here. I'm gonna add some sage, or sage as they pronounce it in some areas. That's not right. Okay, that should be enough. Yeah, this is a certain taste. Okay, I thought I was gonna sneeze, but I didn't. No, just kidding. There's a certain taste to this that you want to get, and it's hard to explain if you've never had this before, but it just kind of hits you, and that sugar and the sage and the thyme and ooh, that was an olive. It's missing a little something. I think it's missing a little garlic. Just a little bit. I love garlic. You add more garlic to anything, but well, not anything. But don't add it to your cereal. That's kind of gross. Ooh, garlic and oatmeal. Oh, we're making food. You don't want to gross out. Anyways, yep. I'm pretty happy with this. All right, give it a little taste test. You know, I got it. All right. Now that I got my pans prepared, I'm going to go ahead and add the stuffing to each one. And probably 3/4 of the way. Sounds good to me. Just let it fall in there. It's a good thing I brought Bob. Big old bowl. All right, let's see. Peekaboo. Got a little bit more in there. I'm trying to even these out a bit. Come on, baby. Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, right there. All right. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, this goes there. Got a lot of onions right there in the corners, so spread that out a bit. Add a little more here. Hey, get back. All right, so we've got two, I don't know what the size of these, 9 by 12 or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, we've got this here ready to go for tomorrow. Just gonna warm it up 375. Oh, most important, we'll top it with a little bit of butter here. Come on, baby. Just so it doesn't dry out too much. So I'm gonna put some aluminum foil on top of each one of these, put it in the fridge, and have it ready for tomorrow. So all those spices and everything is gonna kind of soak in, marinate in the fridge until tomorrow. Pop it in the oven. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. There's a little butter over there. Oh, hey. So, if you like butter, you're gonna love this recipe. If you don't like butter, well, there's stovetop. Okay. That's it. This is probably like maybe a half a cube. 2/3. This is like a half a cube of butter maybe. That's sliced up and slice and dice. I put them in little small pieces and then it'll melt in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is cover these with aluminum foil, pop in the fridge till tomorrow, and it'll be ready to go. Into the fridge I go. Into the fridge these go, not me. Okay, it's the next morning. I just pulled this out of the fridge. I'm gonna pop it in the oven at 375 for about an hour. All right, it's showtime. I'm gonna pull this stuffing out, and we're gonna see what this is gonna look like. All right, time for the big reveal here. Ooh, hot. Ooh, grandma's stuffing. Who's ready for Thanksgiving?